Hi, I'm Gerald,
And I'm Zach.
and we are the Wine Boys.
Oh, there it is. Boys.
Hey.
Como se dice. Boys. Tonight, we're coming back to you with another episode of the Wine Boys podcast.
We're coming back in you.
Even better. Would you like to introduce us to the boys?
I would. Hello, boys.
Yeah,
Welcome
that
in.
would be much appreciated.
Welcome in. It's the Wine Boys podcast. You can find us on electronic mail at wineboyspod@gmail.com. All social media, Wine Boys Pod. And we'd also love for you to like, review, prescribe to the YouTube channel and everywhere you get your podcasts. You can find me at Zach Casa Comedy on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and Backpage, and Tinder.
Rents due.
What day of the week is it? I'm sorry, I've just been combing through so much poontang. I'm not sure what to do with myself.
Oh, man. Rev Schneider.
Schneider is just combing through poontang.
Love those old South Park references. Boys, you can find me on the Instagrams and the Twitters at Lord Gerald. You can find me in my everyday life. Just, being a dad, paying a mortgage, being a steward of my own household.
Steward.
But boys, tonight, this is for the boys. We got wine. We got two boys. We got us. We got stories about days of yore. And
the sands of times and the days of our lives.
Someone is currently not jinxing it. Number 1 in our fantasy football league.
I can't
believe we're in together.
I gotta be honest. I'm 0-6, and I'm proud of it. Because what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna leave guys in my lineup that aren't playing.
Okay.
And I didn't even realize I did that until I was I did shows upstate this weekend. Shout out to the venues; they were a great time. Dude, shows at places that serve alcohol are always the best. But I mean, obviously they serve it at a comedy club, but like brewery shows and shows at distilleries are the best because you get two different types of audiences. I'll tell you about both shows, but
okay. Well, let's crack open our wine and we can talk about it. So
Recycle Boys,
Recycle Daddies.
Yes.
A very good wine from last week that both of us did not finish our bottles. So
we're gonna finish it.
Sometimes love is better the second time around. It's
I've
cast them inside out, right?
Yeah. I already kind of pre-capped mine, so let me.
Yeah, I did.
Ooh, vinegar.
Pulled it out. I kept mine in the fridge though.
Oh, all right.
Well, try to preserve the freshness, but
sure.
It was
mine's
gonna
taste mine's gonna taste like a salad dressing, but
okay, mine's gonna be a little bit too cold, but I'm gonna cup it and warm it up.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. You know what I should have done? I keep forgetting that I do have those. I have those air compressed closers. I need to keep using them for red wine.
All right.
This actually still tastes okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's okay.
I mean, red wine, truthfully, if you don't drink red wine after 4 days, it is going to come off like red wine vinegar. You're gonna make a salad dressing. But this is a little bit bitey still, so.
Yeah, I mean, refrigerator can slow that process down a little bit, so extends the life. But you'll drink your red a little too cold, but at least it don't have that big acidic bite.
Here's my thing is I don't trust somebody that within the first 2 minutes of opening a nice bottle of wine is like, I usually like mine cold, and I'm just like,
no,
you like a Cabernet cold? I mean, who are you? Do your parents even love you?
Right. This is definitely too cold, but it's fine. It's fine.
You can tell a lot about a person by the way they react to wine. If they go, oh, I don't think I like that. I don't know about that person right off. I'm just like, where's your palate? Where's your taste? Have you tried anything good in your life? This is the only good thing I have in my life. Everything else is trash. I mix Taco Bell with my wine. I mean, I'm not above it. Yeah.
Which Pinot pairs well with the Crunchwrap Supreme.
I was gonna say. This cheesy gordita crunch would go well with a Riesling, a nice spicy acidic touch.
Lovely.
Yeah. Ooh, it's that. What is it? That spicy cream sauce. Ooh, that would go really well with maybe a nice Pinot Noir.
Mm.
Oh, cheesy Fiesta potatoes? Oh, I got you. Chardonnay all day.
It's true. Okay. So, how were your shows?
5-layer burrito? Oh, I got you, dog. I'm thinking maybe a nice barrel casted Cabernet blend.
Oh,
God, it would absolutely hit
okay.
the 5-layer burrito.
Okay. So, how were your shows this weekend?
They were good. We had a good time. We
Mhm.
did a distillery show. Shout out to Lock One Distilling Company in Phoenix, New York. Beautiful, beautiful Phoenix, New York.
Mm.
And then on Sunday we did Onco Fermentations. Great, great brewery in Tully, New York. Just upstate, baby. You know, we're basically, I was seeing some old friends, some old hats. But the great thing about these shows is that people were drunk, like that.
Okay.
They were just
Okay.
hammered.
Mhm.
But different. There's a different type of drunk in those towns, but also like the type of drunk that you are. Like liquor drunk, like whiskey drunk, is more aggressive and just like, they were very, very appreciative, but they were also just so uncomfortably hammered. Like,
Mhm.
they would just come up to us after the show and they would just like open the dialogue by spilling a drink. Like that's how the dialogue would start. They would just be like, "Well, like what you did up there, oh fuck!" Like it's just,
It was fucking. Oh, fuck.
oh, I like
It
that.
was
I like that
funny.
joke about oh fuck. And that was just like that for a half hour, and it was nonsense. But you know what? We had a great time.
Okay.
And then Sunday the show was great. It's a craft brewery, so like craft beer brings out a elegant drunk. I feel like
Mhm.
it's a drunk that like wants to talk about stocks and bonds. Like
Okay.
it's just like a beer drinker is like, oh well, I mean, I love the hoppiness of this IPA. By the way, have you quantified your portfolio? Like
Mhm.
he's just that guy. Like that
Yeah.
was the vibe I was catching from everybody in that audience. I was like, this is an affluent audience. Like
Yeah.
these are good, hardworking, smart people.
Yeah. Like
These are
I'm drunk, but I
yeah,
also have a mortgage.
yeah, exactly. They are
Yeah.
because it's like it's Sunday. I got a babysitter. I'm
Mhm.
watching the Bills play. I'm watching stand up. I'm doing all
Mhm.
my favorite things. I did catch a guy go out to the bar though. I was like in between my set or in between just like sets. I hosted the shows all weekend. And I go out to the bar, and this guy is just like, it was nice to get my wife to finally go watch something that isn't stupid. And I thought that was so funny. He's just
We
like, she
always
just wants
watch
to
reruns of Sex in the City.
exactly. He goes,
Like
my wife
this
just
is
wants to
great.
sit at home and just watch these silly like Sex in the City shows. And it's just like, I was like, you need to watch some stand-up comedy. You need to see what, and I can't believe he said this. He goes, you need to see what people really think. And I was like, oh, here we go. This is the type of guy that
Yeah.
looks at comedians as his news.
Oh God.
And I go, ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, yes, I did spread COVID misinformation on stage, but does not mean you should listen to me.
I mean, yeah, it goes Wolf Blitzer, Joe Rogan in that order. So
yeah, Wolf Blitzer, Joe Rogan, Zach Cossack. That's the order it goes in.
exactly.
I just went on Facebook to do my my newest post about a news article that I read that has nothing to do with COVID, but it has everything to do with COVID.
Yeah.
I love those articles that it's just like, I found this WordPress document that's got some fine points.
His WordPress site is really cooking with grease.
Yeah. Wow, this guy doesn't even know how to punctuate properly. He's got to know what he's talking about.
This WordPress site I found just told me that after the age of 40, your body can't process pork anymore. So we should all really just stop eating pork.
What we should do is stop eating.
Mm-hmm.
We should stop eating and just start. What we need to do is we need to start supplying and getting ready for the zombie apocalypse. Truthfully, I've got a bomb. I got a bomb shelter within a bomb shelter. I'm one of those. I'm a doomsday prepper is what I am.
Yeah. Stop eating. Start living.
Which is counterproductive, but I don't care. It's
Oh,
always
put
a
that
guy
on a
that
t-shirt.
it's always a guy with a very silly point. He's just like, listen, you gotta stop eating, but you gotta get busy living. It's just like, but I'm gonna die if I don't eat. It's like, forget about it. Forget it. Just keep going.
Listen, the Lord
Food
will
slows
provide.
you down.
I remember I was working on a job And this guy looks at me. He's an older, wiser man. And he says, listen, I don't eat lunch no more. And I was like, why is that? And he said, makes you tired. So I don't eat lunch. And that's all he said.
As soon as you did that, when you pointed your head, all I could think of is that meme.
Yeah, that's
you
what
think
it
of
was.
the
It was
guy
like,
like,
think about it.
and that's
I don't
all
eat
I was
lunch no
thinking. It
more.
was, yeah.
And I was like, I mean, it's a long day to go without eating anything. Like maybe eat a little less. He was like, nah,
Yeah.
slows you down. You got to keep working, son.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, man.
Yeah, you can't sleep if you ain't tired. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't stay woke if you ain't awake.
Mm-hmm. Think about it. You know, one time I was walking down the street, tripped over a curb. Young man looked at me and said, next time, lift your foot a little higher. You think about that shit.
Think about that shit.
Be up all night, think about that. Lift your foot a little higher. You won't trip, young blood.
Yeah.
Stay woke.
Yeah. Use them legs the way they were intended for lifting.
You got
jumping.
right.
Young blood.
Young blood. How you gonna get to the store without bags? Cause I get to the bag.
I got it. Okay. These analogies
All right, this
are
is
losing steam.
really dumb.
These are losing
This
steam.
is losing stuff.
God,
So
this
let's
is
make
going
a
down
hard
the
pivot into
Titanic.
casual racism.
Casual racism.
Woo 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 woo.
And you
Okay.
woo woo woo. Casual racism.
So with this podcast, I've decided that maybe it's time I reach back into my childhood, which I've been doing little by little over the years. Reach back deep into my childhood in the recesses of my memory and just be open to casual racism experiences and seeing, hey, can I laugh at this now?
I think this is a good idea, and we should make this a featured segment of the Wine Boys podcast.
We should. Casual racism.
Casual racism, brought to you by Mr. Clean.
What does that have to do with casual racism?
Sponsorships available at wineboyspod@gmail.com.
Is he ambiguous? Is his
I just think
race
it's fun.
ambiguous?
Well, I think about it. If I was on, I was in the
Mhm.
room with the board of Mr. Clean. I'd walk in. I think about the Magic Clean Magic Eraser. I go, guys, I think you should put this on our podcast. We're scrubbing our Rolodex for some casual racism. I think you should. I think you should scrub everyone's minds with Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. And they're like, God damn it, we love everything about this. And they're like, but we do have a very white product. And I go, that's fine. We're
Perfect.
scrubbing everybody's Rolodex here.
So I guess casual racism to that.
Casual racism.
So anyway, casual racism story. So this weekend,
Back in 1942.
this story probably takes place in like 97.
Okay.
But anyway,
I was a supple 7-year-old boy.
yeah, I was like 7 years old, 7, 8 years. This is
Playing with
97,
Hot
98.
Wheels. I actually for my 7th birthday, I remember I just got that Hot Wheels set that it was the racetrack where I had the little spinny rocket thing in the middle, so the car would go super fast through the loop. You ever have that?
I did not have that. We were poor.
So was I.
Yeah. I
Hot
didn't
Wheel-
have it.
I didn't say I had a car. I said I had Hot Wheels.
Yeah, but I didn't have the track. The orange track with the loopties. I didn't have that.
Yeah, well, get yourself a stepdad.
Anyway, casual racism. So this weekend, me and the wife did a Halloween thing with my daughter. Went to the park I gotta say names of towns because it makes things more relevant. Okay. There was a Halloween activity going on in Baldwinsville, Van Buren Park. Okay.
Ooh, yes.
Yes.
I had some good times. I got a hand job at Van Buren Park.
Sick. So anyway, stations, little kids, bunch of toddlers running around doing Halloween things, carry the ball, you get some candy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We get there and there is a Pop Warner game starting up.
Pop Warner football.
Pop Warner football.
Nice.
Beeville versus Eastwood. Now this takes me back, okay?
Can I add some context?
Yes.
Now, these towns are basically on polar opposite sides of the track.
They are. Now, to be in this is relevant, okay? Baldwinsville, upper middle class, and even wealthy, white. Lily white.
Very white.
Okay?
It's a
Eastwood,
white area.
inner city, middle class, working class, poor. Mostly black. Okay? So we're already setting the scene here. So this takes me back.
I know how this game's gonna end.
Okay, so this takes me back. When I played Pop Warner football, I played for Cicero Falcons. Okay, a mostly white area. I was probably the only black kid. I was the only black kid on the team at the time. And I remember vividly Monday morning, coaches would sit us down to prepare us for the upcoming week. You know, hey, we're playing against Clay this week. We got a game plan. We got to prep, so on and so forth. But whenever we played any of the inner city teams, Kirk Park.
Sorry,
Eastwood.
My butthole got tight when he said Kirk Park.
Valley.
Kirk Park, again, more context, I believe has the most murders of any public park in the area. And I think it's not even close.
It may.
Yeah,
at least in the surrounding area. Anyway, Kirk Park, Valley, Eastwood. What was the other park? Fuck. It's on the west end.
Meacham? No.
No. Fucking Kirk Park.
I can't think of what you're thinking of, but is it relevant?
Anyway, not really relevant. Kirk Park, Valley, Eastwood. There's a fourth one I can't remember. Basically, any of the teams where most of the kids playing were black.
Nice.
It wasn't Thornton Park. They didn't have a team. Whatever.
I have an idea of what you're talking about, but continue the story.
Continuing the story. Whenever we played any of those four teams, our coaches would be like, okay, boys. This week, we're playing against Valley. They're going to be fast. Like, it's straight up. Like, I'm dead serious. They're going to be fast. They're going to hit hard. They might hit you after the whistle. All right? You guys got to be prepared. They're going to walk all over you. And they said it with wide eyes. And we're like 7, 8 years old. So we're picking up on their nervousness.
Why are they so scared of those guys?
Right. And then, no, keep in mind, only black kid on the team, okay? My dad was like one of the coaches. He was like the lineman coach, but didn't really play into any of this because, you know, he's actually from a lot of these neighborhoods. Knows people on the other teams, has friends with kids that are like my age. So anyway, some of the parents are talking on the sideline. You know, we got to go to Kirk Park this week. It's like right off of Brighton Ave. Now, this is for the uninitiated boys. This is, for all intents and purposes, the hood.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But
and it has been the hood for a long time.
Typical afraid white people.
Oh, it did.
Making this
they
way
always
worse than it really is.
They always make bad areas worse.
Yeah. So anyway, they're like, we got to go to Kirk Park this week. Maybe we should meet up here first, carpool over there together, you know, this safety and numbers. And my dad is just like,
this is when
you didn't say shit about this when we went to Mexico last week. Or we were in Clay Park the week before that. But it's a bad area. So my dad's like, I'll just meet you guys at the field.
I'll be fine.
So anyway,
this is
one of these games in
this
particular.
is when like the white kid like officially finds out his dad has a gun. Like he just.
Dad had a gun in the car.
Well, no, it was like in a lockbox underneath the computer desk in like the family room. And he's like, what's in there, Daddy? And he goes, nothing. And then finally they're like, we're going to Kirk Park. And then he starts doing it. And The kid, the dad, the dad does it late at night, but the kid like, can't sleep, so he like sneaks down the stairs and like looks around the corner. His dad is just shining the gun.
Yeah. Going to a dangerous part of town.
Going to a dangerous part of town. Who knows what might happen at this Pop Warner football game in the middle of the afternoon?
He's doing fucking Boondock Saints prayers before going to this fucking game. So anyway,
kissing his rosary beads.
Anyway, my dad just so happens to, one of these years in particular, just so happens to know the head coach for the team we're playing against. His son is on the team. And he looks over because he sees all of us, kids over here, picking dandelions and shit, helmets on, whatever. And suddenly all the Kirk Park kids come out because they know they intimidate these little white kids from the suburbs.
Yeah.
So they come out banging on their thigh pads. Boom, 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 boom. And then the coach walks over and he looks at my dad, yells at him from across the field. Hey, D, which one of them is yours? My dad points at me. And then he says in front of all these white people, what's one nigga gonna do in front of 50? Zach,
got a real Spartan army complex going on here.
Listen,
it's really funny.
Those games, we got the shit beat out of us.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Every fucking time. And I will tell you this, 90% of the reason why was mentality.
Yeah.
It just afraid of just black kids.
I was just like, God
a
damn
bunch
it.
of scared white people.
Dude, you're not going to win if you're going to be scared.
Yeah. Like, how am I supposed to run the read option when I'm afraid? Just, it's not going to happen.
Who do I pitch it to?
Yeah.
Is it to the up man or the back?
It's dark.
It's 3:00 in the afternoon. I know.
I swear,
that's so funny. Shit. That line before, just like, it's just like, which one of them is yours? It's like, it's pretty fucking obvious who it is. Like,
what's one nigga gonna do against 50? Yeah,
that's a really scary thing to hear. Like, as a white kid.
But all of the white parents heard this.
They were just like, oh
my god. Oh my god.
He said that, you know the word, the one.
And all my dad could do is just like, oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I could just feel the anguish coming off of your dad. Like, just, good to see you too. Like,
yeah.
He goes over to you. All right, guys, we're gonna get the fuck beat out of us. So we gotta
fucking like, James. We're about to get our shit pushed in because you guys are bitch made.
Hey guys, listen. Are you familiar with the term getting your shit pushed in?
Yeah, but also,
you gonna learn today.
What makes it funnier though is like obviously these kids, like, we're in the hood. These kids want it. All right.
Yeah.
All of our parents drove us to the game, drive us to practice. Meanwhile, these kids are walking to the game. Parents aren't there. Kids getting off the bus to go to the game. Kids riding bikes to the game. Like, yeah, we got orange slices at halftime. Maybe these other kids got water. But yeah,
we got orange slices at halftime. These guys robbed a bank.
Nah, they didn't rob a bank. They had water. Maybe.
Like, so I just think the way that you described it, it's as if the whitest team ever created showed up, and the only thing they're imagining is they're gonna steal stuff. And it's like, no, guys, they're going to beat the shit out of you. Like,
yeah,
they don't want anything from you. They just want to beat you, like, very, very badly.
Yeah,
and they did.
And they just want to win the game. That's all they want to do. And we got our shit pushed in.
You got beat
every
so bad. You got beat so bad that you walked to the other side of the field and you're just like, I want to be on this team.
I mean, I was like, 8 years old. I don't remember the scores to these games, but I remember it was not close. Like,
but it was
we may have got mercy ruled. Yeah. Okay, like it was bad.
Do they do end zone dances on you?
I don't think those were allowed at this time. They
Damn.
were very anti-showboating.
That would have been so funny if they were just like, doing leapfrog in the end zone and shit.
But then, little
my God.
resolution of this story. I remember getting to 8th grade, and the coach of the team, Monday morning, hey guys, we're playing against Clary Middle School, inner city middle school. But he didn't say it with the huh in his voice. He just said it. All right, guys, we're prepping this week for Clary Middle School. We're all taking a knee. And all the kids around me just start whispering, oh my God, playing the city boys. Just whatever. Yo, they're fast. And then the coach is just like
racial stereotype.
Yeah, just they're fat. They're so fucking strong.
No, they're strong. They're fast.
They hit so fucking hard.
It's just like,
yo, like so many late hits. Just anyway. The coach, basically, to his credit, at that moment was like, I know a lot of you get some kind of way when we're about to play against any of the city schools. But guess what? They put on their pants one leg at a time, just like the rest of you fucks do. And I was like, thank you. Just for that little acknowledgement.
They put their pants on one leg at a time, and then they beat the shit out of you on the football field.
I mean, we still lost, but
To be fair, I have an analogy.
Uh-huh.
I too put on my pants one leg at a time. Do you know who also does that?
Who?
Patrick Mahomes. He also
does.
puts his pants on one leg at a time.
Only one leg at a time.
But Patrick Mahomes is different.
Well, yeah.
Just athletically different.
Yeah. But he's also half you. So,
That was my point.
There you go.
Anybody can do it. All you have to do is look at yourself in the mirror and go, okay. I mean, sure.
I can do this.
I mean, sure. Yeah. Like very white. Like some people would say like almost uncomfortably white, but I can do everything that those guys can do.
Yeah.
All I have to do is have the mentality.
I'll never forget the fucking
I get on the
coaches.
field and I start shaking and I'm like, oh no.
Oh no, I'm a yellow ice player.
Oh no, I'm peeing again.
Yeah, but I'll just never forget. Just like the look in the coach's face is like, we're playing Valley this week. Just get to the game safe, guys.
Yes.
Like
get to the game safe.
So anyway, second story of casual racism.
Casual racism.
We're fast forwarding a few years. Now I'm in high school. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Now this is like full-fledged, almost adult racism.
Yeah. I'm like probably about 16 at the time.
Oh, this is teenage racism.
Yeah, this is teenage racism.
This is I understand what's going on.
Yeah, 100%. At this point, my grades sucked, so I wasn't playing any sports anymore. But a weird thing happened, and this is relevant, where I realized that because I'd spent most of my life up to that point playing sports, I'd also been lifting weights a little bit. So I was a little bit stronger than the average 16-year-old. This is relevant. A young man, I will not use his real name, but you do know who he is. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We'll say his name is Lyle. Okay?
Okay.
Lyle at the time is probably
Lyle Crocodile.
Lyle Crocodile is probably about 6'3", 6'4", maybe he weighs 220. He's a big boy.
Yeah,
now me.
That's a meaty boy.
Meaty boy. I'm a couple inches shorter than I am now. Mm-hmm. I'm probably about 5'8", maybe at the time. And 5'8", and probably about 230. Roughly.
Okay. Nice.
Thick boy in my own right.
I said thick.
But definitely shorter than Lyle. Okay?
Crocodile.
Lyle is white. Now, Lyle was one of those young men that basically had an attitude of, I'm going to do whatever I want, say whatever I want to people, because fuck you, I'm bigger than you. Would you say this is accurate about this young man?
Oh, 100%.
Yes. Now, I was a 16-year-old who had a little bit of a dark, angry, we're playing Kirk Park sitting in the back of my mind all the time in me, okay? And at this point, wasn't playing sports anymore. There was no outlet for this feeling, okay? There was none. So anyway, one day I'm waiting for the late bus. I'm talking to a couple of friends, and Lyle walks over fresh off the Boyz bus, okay? He looks at me.
Heading for trade school, I see, son.
Exactly. Now, Lyle was a big kid, all right? Thought he could say whatever he wanted to people because he was bigger than him. But I looked at him and I was like, huh, okay. And then he was coming off in a very brash manner. And I was like, all right. And then he calls me a token, as in a token black person.
Aha.
And I said, okay.
Okay, all right.
Now I looked at him and I was like, he doesn't know. He doesn't know what kind of psychopath he's dealing with. Now, I'm not trying to make Naruto flashbacks or hear any shit like that. Like that, you know that they don't know the demons within me, like on the fucking anime hoodie. So anyway, but I look at him and I'm like, okay,
this motherfucker.
He's never been punched in the mouth before. Like I'm just like, I look in his eyes and I can see it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like that. Please don't call me that. He says, what? I only called you a token. And I said, okay, say it again. He says it again. And I said, okay. At that moment, I took a step back and I brought my hand down here. I took a athletic squatted position. And then I swung. Open hand, of course, because it's love, not abuse.
I was going to say, it's love.
And I slapped him as hard as I fucking could. I mean, it was loud.
Hard.
It was hard. It was loud. It echoed through the parking lot of our high school. It's a big school. I just hear him. And everybody stops and looks. And then he's just holding his face. He's standing there. He's looking at me. He's clearly angry, as most people would be if somebody slapped them like that.
Yeah, I slapped the shit out of him. Yeah.
I slapped the shit out of this kid. He looks. Yo, I'm going to fucking. And I'm like, all right. What are you going to do? I said it softly, plainly, just like that. What are you going to do? And he says, oh, you're lucky. You're lucky I don't do it. And I'm like, no, it's okay. Do it. Nothing happened. Bus comes. All the rest of us young men go to the back of the bus, laughing and joking and playing reindeer games. Young Lyle sits in the front.
Oh, damn.
I took his soul, Zach.
I took this motherfucking soul.
I took his soul. And I could see it. It's getting red. It's swelling.
I was in the war. I seen a man's eyes lose life. I've seen.
So anyway, I get off the bus. I look at him.
You embarrassed a big white guy? That's so funny.
It was Bill Lambier. He might as well have been when we were in high school.
That is the perfect sports reference for him.
Yeah.
Because I know what you're talking about, and as soon as you said Bill Lambier, I go, oh yeah, somebody trips him, he'll start crying.
Just a big white bully until you stand up to him.
Yeah, big white bully until you give him a little shove, and he's just like, well, Bill Lambier did have a little fight, but
he did, but you get that way playing in the NBA.
He's like a Ryan Leaf,
Yeah.
Big,
so anyway,
rapping, but when somebody tells him he's bad, he goes, I don't like that.
Yeah.
No.
So as I'm getting off the bus, I look at him. What's up? Now walk off the bus. He does not make eye contact. Refuses. I'm like, okay. That's a W in the Gerald column today. The next day.
Dubs.
The next day, I see one of the kids that was on the late bus with me, walks over to me. And he says, yeah, he came to the back of the bus after you got off. I said, figures. And he was like, he was pissed. And I was like, okay. All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
To be expected.
He's like, yeah, you should probably apologize to him. He might try to fuck you up. And I was like, but Willie,
let's find out.
Let's find out. And I said, okay. And then he said, he was like, I mean, he took his hand away. He was like, and it was fucking swollen. I could see your whole hand.
Yeah.
So anyway, next day comes. He's getting off the Boyz bus. Shoulders a little lower.
Show a little lower. Let's just say the motorcycle wasn't as tight after you got done fixing it.
Yeah.
Back wheel's a little loose.
Yeah. That throttle body just never quite opened up like it used to.
Yeah.
Anyway, and you can still see the faint hand on his face. Like at this point, it's still kind of red. It's faint, but it's there.
Very peachy hand.
Very, very rosy. All right. And I see him, and he says, he looks at me, anger. You owe me an apology. And I was like,
nah.
All right, I accept your apology. He was like, no, you owe me an apology. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. And he was like, next time you do that, I'm going to fuck you up. And I was like, okay. All right, big fella. And that was it.
Down.
He was sweet as May wine to me after that.
Of course he was.
Never stepped sideways again.
Yeah. And that man went on to become Tony Robbins.
I still get letters from him. No, I still get letters from him. I still get postcards from him. But yeah.
All you have to do is become the man you want to be.
So yeah, stories and casual racism.
I love casual racism. I mean, I hate it, but I love it.
This
was nice.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that like I wasn't bullied as hard as you could imagine in high school, but I was threatened one time, and it was funny.
Okay.
It had nothing to. I mean, it has nothing to do with casual racism. It was just a typical white on white crime, you know.
Yeah.
That's what happens in big town suburbia.
Yeah.
I did have a guy act. Well, he didn't. I made a joke, a very good one. But no, I was just talking about my buddy who is Jewish.
Okay.
Asked me for money, and I go, "What are you, Jewish?" And that's it. That's it. Great joke. Great, good as ever. Guy comes up to me. He goes, "What did you just say?" I go, "I called my friend Jewish." He grabs me and throws me into the trash can, like hard. And he goes, "Don't ever fucking say that again." He goes, "I'm Jewish," and I was like, "Okay." I was like, just startled. Got up, dusted myself off, got my lunch, ate, had gym class next. That kid was in my gym class.
Okay.
I was like, cool.
He's gonna go at you hard.
Cool. We're playing basketball. Little 3-on-3. I go to my buddy. I go, yo, this kid just like pushed me because I made a Jewish joke. He goes, why would he push you? I was like, I guess he's Jewish. He goes, no, he isn't. He goes, his last name has a vowel at the end of it. That's exactly how he said it. I thought it was so funny. His last name has a vowel at the end of it. I was like, oh, you don't run into a lot of Italian Jews around here.
Not saying they don't exist.
Not saying they don't exist. He goes, he's not Jewish. I go, why would he push me? He goes, I just found out his dad and mom are splitting up. And I go, it's all I needed.
Thank you.
All I needed. I go, for sure? He goes, definitely. I go, perfect. Second game, we're playing him. I'm D'ing him up. Comes at, little crossover. This is the first jump shot. I go, ugh, looks like your dad didn't teach you how to shoot. Right away, just see the fucking red in his eyes. And I go, what? He goes, nothing. And I was like, all right. I was like, get back on D. Playing. Why not? Comes up to me again, gives me a little shoulder check. And I was like, ooh. Like I gave him like, ooh, nice. I was because I was pissed too. I was like, but I wasn't a big guy because all I do is talk shit. I mean, that's all I had in my arsenal. So it gives me a little shoulder check. Comes up, tries to do a little reverse layup, fucking airballs it harder than ever. And I was like, damn. I was like, I think my daddy's gonna leave after that one. as soon as I said that, he came after me, and my buddy like comes and grabs him. He goes, "I'll fucking kill you!" And I was just like, "Oh no!"
Oh, little
Gym,
me.
gym teacher comes up to me. We'll just call him Mr. Peeny. You remember Peen?
I remember Peen.
Peen comes up. He goes, "The hell's going on here?" We're like, "Nothing." He goes, "Casual game of basketball." Guy's like, "He's talking shit about me," and he's just like, "What happened?" He goes, the kid that also then remembers that he shoved me into a trash can not but like an hour ago, and he goes, "Nothing."
Uh-huh.
And I go, "All right," walks away.
All right. Doesn't want to get himself in trouble.
He comes up to me. He goes, "What actually happened?" I was like, "My guy threw me into a trash can for a joke." He goes, "All right, really? That's it?" And I go, "Yeah." I said, "He shoved me because I made a joke." He goes, I said, "Yeah, I just found out his dad is divorcing his mom too."
So now we're picking at a sore spot during the game.
He goes, "Don't say that." Just like, I go, "What was I? I was like, to be fair, he did shove me into a trash can, and I said I didn't fight him." And he goes, "Fair." That's it. He's just like, "Fair." He goes, "I'm not gonna throw you." Yeah, he's
tough
like,
but fair.
Yeah, he goes, "I'm not gonna throw you out of gym class." He goes, "You're not really doing anything wrong." He goes, "You're just, He goes, just don't do that anymore." And I go, "I won't."
I'll stop. I promise.
Next
and then
day,
you rotated and played a different team.
Yeah, rotated, play a different team. I see him the next day. He comes up to me. He apologizes. He goes, "Hey man, sorry about that." And I go, "I'm sorry too." And I was like, "I hope everything works out with your family." And he goes, "Thanks, man. I appreciate that." And he walks away, and I go, "This guy's got a real shitty jump shot." Like it's so bad. It's like the worst I've ever seen.
So I feel like, and this is, I guess, going back to casual racism a little bit. I feel like there was like a weird bit of anti-Semitism in our high school.
There was,
like starting
right?
in like 8th grade. Yeah.
I mean, we don't come from a predominantly Jewish area, but I mean, there are Jewish people.
There were like a handful of Jewish
There was a couple.
people.
Yeah.
There was a couple.
Like I remember when somebody would say they're Jewish, I go, "Are you?" Like we'd be like shocked.
Yeah, but I feel like it was
like to have Hanukkah.
Yeah, but it was more like we just didn't know. And we just didn't know anybody that was Jewish.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was this weird like group of kids that we went to junior high with in like 8th grade, 9th grade.
Yeah.
That repeated their grades a whole bunch of times, and they all shaved their heads, called themselves skinheads. And it was just like niggers and Jews were just like the blame of everything with these kids.
Interesting.
Do you remember this?
Of course.
Yeah.
Who could forget?
Yeah. Like this is what I kind of dealt with in 8th grade.
Yeah. Who could get American History High School?
Yeah. This was like starting in 8th grade, but most of them were too dumb to make it to high school.
Yeah.
So, but the fallout of that was, I remember there were certain kids that were Jewish, but they didn't really let people know they were Jewish.
Yeah, they were just like, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, specifically the boys. The girls, like, you knew there was whatever, because they weren't really the object of the torment from this group of kids.
Never. Absolutely not.
But the boys, on the other hand, they kept that shit on the DL.
Mm-hmm. They were just like, we probably shouldn't say shit.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying shit about my religion. And then if you're black, it's just like, you can't really hide. You know?
Yeah, you got a tough ask there.
Yeah, you got to tough that shit out. So,
yeah.
Every
day felt like higher learning.
Somewhat, some days, yeah, it kind of did.
I'm just like seeing a guy in the corner take off his hat and just bald, and I'm just like, oh fuck, there's Michael Rappaport. There's Remy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great movie. I want to watch it. I haven't seen it in so long. We watched it in high school.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. I wonder if the teachers were aware of this.
I don't know why they showed this movie to us.
Maybe that was their subtle way of giving us social
they were
commentary.
Like, we see what's going on. Let's show them the movie that will actually be the thing.
Yeah, well, we can't show American History X. It glamorizes it a little too bit.
It really does.
It glamorizes it just a little too much.
I know. I mean, it's almost comedic in the way that they do it. I go, this is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Put your teeth on the curb. You know? Just Ed Norton made that sound a little too cool.
I know, but but then you look at Ed Norton and you're just like, this is not a very cool guy though. Like he's a cool guy.
Yeah, but
he's
I'll put this
that cool.
Well, he was cooler in American History X. It wasn't Fight Club.
Yeah, but he was playing a bitch. Like that was the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was kind of playing a bitch a little bit in American History X. That's why he went that way.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a goatee.
I know.
Yeah, it kind of
He
worked.
ended up getting the goatee later in the Fight Club film. Spoiler alert. You probably
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for a movie that's like 25 years old.
Yeah. I just remember some of those kids. You have a favorite movie, American History X? I'm like,
cool.
I love the Boondock Saints.
Dude, it's always Boondock Saints or American History X with those psychos.
Yeah. I'm
just like, oh, what's your favorite part of the movie? They're always just like,
you ever heard of a Kirby?
Yeah. So yeah, sure have.
You really missed the point of that movie, sir.
I was like, I don't think you understand because it's a beautiful film about the resurrection of someone's life and getting it back on track.
Maybe you should go past the first 30 minutes.
And everyone's just like, yeah, well, now I know what happens in prison. It's just like, I don't think he gets it.
No.
This guy is never.
Just come back in 10 years.
Come back in 10 years when you're in jail.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I don't think any of those guys ended up in jail.
I have no idea what any of them are doing now.
Well, I think we did the right thing by not speaking to them anymore.
Yeah, I think so.
There's some people in high school, you see them and you go, yeah, I can see them in jail, but never going to have a conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not going to have that follow-up. You do get the occasional guy that, like, will DM you. Like, me, now that, like, I'm doing stand-up, I get guys occasionally will DM me and be like, hey, man, remember me? And I just go, nope.
Keep it moving.
And I go, silence.
Yeah, I've
you know how nice it is?
Those kids.
You know how nice it is sometimes? I wasn't really, like I said, I wasn't really bullied in high school, but, like, I was made fun of and looked down upon, literally.
Yeah.
I was a little guy, I still am. Still people make fun of me even today, and it's just like, I mean, you got nothing. I mean, but I'll make fun of me, but like talking shit is fun. I don't mind that. You can make fun of me all you want. But these guys would do it to like get a rise out of me, and I never would give it to them, and they would just get angry at me, and then they just leave me alone. And I'm just like, yeah, that's the fun part. But like, I remember a guy when I first moved down here saw that I put a stand up clip up, and he DMs me, and he goes, hey man, I like what you're doing, keep it up. And I didn't respond, and I got a reply from him 2 days later. He goes, hey man, he goes, I'm really liking your stuff. Next time in the city, let me know if you're ended up where you're going to go up or like whatever. I just said no. Just no.
Was he another stand-up or
no?
Just a guy you knew from?
Just a guy I knew, acquaintance from high school who used to talk. Who used to talk shit.
Okay.
And then he's just like, yeah, yo, next time in the city, I'll let you know. I was just like, no. So I said, no.
I didn't like you in 2007.
Yeah, dude, why do you think I'm going to like you 20 years later?
Yeah.
Like, why do you think that really, like, I guess like 15 years later, like at 17, I thought you sucked. And then 15 years later, you just think I'm not going to think you suck still? Like, I've seen your pictures online. You still suck. Like, you
still suck.
You just suck with tattoos now. Like that's what it is. That's every guy like that. Dude, that guy still sucks. He just has tattoos now.
Oh man.
He sucks with tattoos.
He just sucks with tattoo. Let me guess, one of his tattoos is a clock.
Of course, it's a clock. It's one of those
there's a rose.
One of those stupid chess pieces.
Oh god. I was thinking there's always like that half sleeve that's like a clock, a rose, a lion.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He's got one for his kid.
Of course.
Jade.
You have to have a tattoo for your kid.
You know,
have a kid.
Pain
is love. Shouts out Ja Rule.
Yeah. What's love got to do with it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Shouts out Tina Turner.
My friend got a shitty tattoo the other day, and I thought it was so funny because he was so stoked on it, and then he showed it to everybody, and we're just like, that sucks. We said it like we all like almost simultaneously went, that sucks. We all, like 4 of us. He goes, no, it doesn't. We're like, dude, that fucking blows. Like it's bad. And he goes, are you sure? We're like, yeah. Who did this to you? And he goes, my buddy. And I was like, I don't think he's your buddy, dude. It was bad.
Was it like a basement tattoo?
He was trying to get like a caricature of some like it was basically like a caricature of someone's face. I don't remember exactly who it was. It was like something about a family member. But it
Okay.
was just like the face was super oblong, the chin was so far down. And I was just like, what are you fucking related to Jay Leno? What's going on right here, man? It's really
I've
fucked
seen
up.
some bad portraits,
Dude,
like
it was
tattoos.
horrible.
With
And
like
he
one eye is just like a little higher than the
yeah.
other.
And we weren't even trying to be like that mean, but like all of us audibly went like, no, don't like that.
Yeah, if you're gonna get a portrait, it can't be a $40 tattoo. Like
No.
you gotta.
I'm just trying to figure out like I can't put someone's face. If it's somebody else, I can't put someone's face on my body. Like I just want to pick out a tattoo that's like has something to it, but also is like something that has nothing to do with like a direct portrait or a direct like any facial structure. I don't want any of that.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Some people
Honestly,
are great at it, but you also need to find them online, and they're going to charge you $4,000.
Of course, but
they're
if
good
this
at
is but if this is gonna be on your body for the rest of your life, you should make sure that it's actually good work. Like,
it seems simple, right? It just seems like that easy. Like, oh, at least this is good. Like,
well, I mean, think about it like this, right? Take a piece of paper and a pen and just draw someone's face.
it's hard.
Like, it's hard. It's hard.
Now just imagine that with ink in a needle
And a
on
arm.
on a surface that is not flat.
Right.
It is white, but it is not flat.
It is not flat. It it moves and
Skin.
lumpies and
Yeah,
smooths and all
got-
sorts of weird
it's got-
shit.
It's got the lumpies and the smooths.
Yeah.
It's got the ins and outs.
The lumps, the smooths, the hards, the softs.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
got
it's
the-
hard enough
It's got
drawing
the
that shit on a
rigids.
flat
It's got
piece of paper.
the feints. It's got the elbows. It's got the knees.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I have one tattoo. That's it. I have just one tattoo.
Didn't you just get it?
I did in May. It
I was
is
gonna
a
Yeah, because it was like a big surprise. Because you were just like wearing a shirt, and I saw it. I go, the fuck? You're like, oh yeah, I got a tattoo.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
was just like, okay. You
Yeah.
weren't gonna say anything? You're like, no. Why would I?
No, what am I gonna do? Like make a big deal of it? No, it's a
Yeah, but that's why people get tattoos, so they can talk shit about them.
nah. Not wearing a shirt so I can rock these tattoos. No,
There was a guy
it's-
the other night, like as a comic. He's a great guy, but he was like, he just got a tattoo, and he was like, just kept lifting up his arms, being like, oh. And I was just like, you want to talk about your tattoo? And he goes, yeah. Like he was like, fine. I was like, oh, finally.
Yeah.
Like
No, I got a
this one was a good tattoo, and I was just like, it's a nice tattoo. I would talk about it too. It's nice.
Mhm.
It's like, did you see the other one though? And he's just like, yeah, what a fucking hack job. And I go, I know.
yeah. No, I got one tattoo. It's for my daughter. Having another kid. I'll probably get another one. Honestly, after getting this one, I got like the next 3 tattoos lined up in my mind. I'm getting more. It is what it is. I'm getting more.
People, as soon as you get one, you start loving them.
I'm like
I don't know what it
Pringles.
I was gonna say like I oddly like I know it hurts, but it's like not like the worst pain you've ever endured. But it's also like I also kind of like this. I'm odd. I'm an odd bird. I like a little bit of pain. Like nothing that's like take me to the cleaners, but like sometimes I look forward to like
Mhm.
I'll give you an example. I got cryotherapy one time
Mhm.
and it stung,
Mhm.
and like I got done with it. I go, I did that again.
Okay.
I go,
Okay.
ooh, it stings, but it kind of feels nice.
My relationship to pain is weird.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll deal with the pain. I don't like the pain, but I'll deal with it. And then at the end, I'm like, I'm better for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like getting a tattoo. Getting a tattoo is not that bad. It's like getting scratched by a cat,
Yeah.
but for a long time.
But like for a while.
For a while.
It's like a long cat scratch.
Yeah. Like this tattoo I have, it probably took about an hour to get it done.
It's on your thigh, right?
Yeah. It's right above my knee, right above my left knee. So it took a while. It's an olive branch
Yes.
for my daughter, Olivia. That's what's for. Anyway, so I got that because that's what her name means. And yeah, it's like getting scratched by a cat for an hour. Yeah, that's what it was. And I was like, that wasn't bad. I got the next 3 lined up. So
that wasn't bad. Give me 3 more.
give me more.
Yeah. I mean, I have a few friends that have like one of my good friends has like 14 tattoos.
Okay.
And she's like, she goes, I want to have 25 on my
Mhm.
body. I go, 25? That's a lot. She goes, no, it really isn't.
Mm-mm.
She goes, that's
Now,
like,
are her
that's like a
tattoos big?
One of them, and she has like a big fucking like face on her back, but it's like
Okay.
she's one of those like free spirit types, so she has like this like Medusa head kind of coming out of like this other thing, and I'm just like, that is not as sexy as you think it is, but okay. Like it's, we all talk shit about it behind your back. I'm just letting you know. It is a cool tattoo. Like from afar, very cool. Get close, you're like,
Okay. I don't know your friend. I don't want to blow up her spot.
no,
but
she's awesome.
Okay.
I'll give
Do you
it
know
to her.
what a
But the
Medusa
tattoo,
head
when I got
tattoo
close
means?
to it, I was like, yeah, isn't it like a fucking, like, it's like a sex thing, isn't it?
It means you're a sexual assault survivor. That's what that means. Now, I don't know I don't know if that was her experience or if
now I
she
feel
saw
bad.
the tattoo and thought it was cool, so she just got it because, some people see art and they think it's cool and they want to get it tattooed. That might be.
It might be that.
Now, I don't know her. I don't know. But that's what that tattoo means.
I do. And okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I feel bad for making fun of it, but like but
yeah, you're a shitty person.
No, I'm not a shitty person. I'm making fun of the tattoo, not the person. No, it was bad artwork.
Okay.
If it was good artwork, I'd be like, that's a sick tattoo. And they'd be like, do you know what it means? And I'd be like, that's an even sicker tattoo.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, It's got dark.
No, it didn't. I'm not making fun of I'm not making fun of what it stands for. I'm making fun of the hack artwork it got done to it.
Mm. Yeah, I believe you.
You should. It's the truth.
Sure, I believe you. You didn't know. All right.
What, you got a twitch in your eye? You're stroking out?
Yeah, there's something's a little dust. Oh,
I'm a little Dusty McDust over here. Passive racism, very fun.
Casual racism, man.
Casual racism.
Living life,
Yeah. We was out here living my goddamn life.
Yeah. Yeah. He took my phone. Just casual racism. Ma'am, it's in your pocket. How did you know?
How did you know?
Casual racism.
It's actually funny. There's a woman on the train. I'm sorry. I always want to call them homeless. They're unhoused. There was an unhoused woman on the train, and she was doing her change thing. She was a white woman, and she was she'd seen the 70s. You get what I'm saying? So.
I was at Studio 54.
She's walking with her change cuff. She's got fucking, just a lot of tie-dye. She's got one of those tie-dye head wrap things. And I'm just like, all right, so she's hung out with Willie Nelson. I got it.
Okay.
She's walking down the train. She's trying to change. So, black guy gets on the train. Yeah. Regular looking dude. Just like, looks like he had a day at work. He's got the little, like, his satchel on. Just hanging out.
Yeah.
She kind of like, the train starts moving and she falls forward into him and just falls down. And she goes, the black guy hit me.
This remind you of a little situation in Saratoga.
As soon as that happened, I was like, I've seen this before. I've seen this one before.
Oh, man.
Saratoga Springs. Circa, 2015? Something like that?
15, 16, somewhere in there.
Saratoga Springs, 2016.
17.
The ponies weren't in town, but the disgruntled whites were.
Yeah, what year was that? Fuck.
I think it was 2015 or 2016.
I want to say it was 16 because I got married in 17.
Okay, yeah, I think it was the year before.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, we went to a bachelor party in Saratoga. Hung out. It was a good time, and yeah, you got fucking. You got ran up on by a homeless person, and then she just LeBron James flopped after she ran
right in front of police.
So funny.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
That was the black guy.
You're just like, nope. No, it wasn't.
Oh, man.
It's just always that.
This is on the train.
Yeah. It's like it's okay. Like obviously this shit happens all of the time, but just like when she did it, I was like, I've seen this move before. Like, now this is a tale as old as time. White woman in distress finds big black man on train, runs into him, falls down.
You know, it's really weird that you quoted the theme to Beauty and the Beast when you said
The
that.
tale is old as time.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, disheveled white woman tries to find easy target. Like, come on, of course. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
stupid. She should have said
man.
white guy. It would have been a little bit more believable. Fucking
Little
psycho.
bit. Those guys are abusive. Jesus
They
Christ.
were the worst. I can
Yeah.
speak on behalf of mostly white males that I've come in contact in my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not really like the nicest types.
Not at all.
They're like, but white guys are always angrier. I know they are. I've seen it. I've seen it.
Listen, when you're black, life's beat you down enough.
Yeah.
It's just like
I get beaten by life. I don't need somebody else to hit me.
Yeah, I just want to go home, see my family, and just chill. I'm not bothering anybody.
Yeah. You come home in a cold sweat every night. It's just like, what happened? It's just like, oh, I got out. I left the house.
It's Tuesday. Just
There's days like that in New York. I feel like I get home and I'm just like, ooh, survived Thursday.
I made it through.
Like, there's dark days.
Oh man.
Ooh, what a day. I didn't think I was gonna make it there.
Yeah. So actually, here's a question for you, right? I'm sure when you first moved to New York, there's a novelty of I'm in New York, I'm going out every night, I'm going hard,
Yeah.
like having a good time.
Sure.
When does that wear off?
Like month 6.
Okay.
I was like,
You're just like,
as soon as I went,
stay home
as soon
tonight.
as I went through a whole winter and then it got to April and I was like, yep, I think I get it now.
Okay.
I think I get it. But I still, I mean, I love the city. Like I'll stay here as long as I'll stay as long as they'll have me.
Okay. Okay.
I love it. I really do. It's just it has everything. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's the crazy that keeps me on edge, but also like sharp.
Okay.
Makes me better. Makes me better at everything.
Okay. Because I could just see it now. Just Zach, about a year ago, a year and some change at this point.
Yeah.
Driving, hits that bridge, and in his mind starts spreading the news. Just big, ear to ear, shit-eating grin on his face. I'm leaving today.
Yeah.
You know, and then just a montage of you bit, just drinking and fucking and maybe get a little skied up too. You know, doing your thing, man. Just like telling jokes and like really like
call me MC Bob.
Yeah. Just like night 1, night 2 of doing open mics, just like the most enthusiasm, just like day 1 in town. You know, and then like it starts to fade a little bit. You start to relax into like yourself. Yeah. I feel just like, when is that? And you're saying 6 months it takes that to wear off.
6 months. It was shit. Like it could have been sooner. 6 months. I was just like, I got through the winter and I was like, yep. Yeah, it's like, is what it is. Do I love
feel like
it?
the first New York summer is cool though.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Highly recommend. But
okay.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. It's a good time.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sure.
We out here. In the immortal words of every rap song, we out here.
We outside.
Yeah, we outside. All right. This has been fun. I love you. Say it back.
I love you. I do.
Okay.
You gonna boys?
You gonna kiss me in the mouth?
How much you pay me again?
Just call me back.
Okay. I love you. Please call me back.